Have you ever wondered why certain programming languages have unique features that others don't? It can be puzzling, right? If you're curious about Elixir's capture operator, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into why this operator is essential in Elixir. I totally get it. It can be confusing when you see a feature in one language that seems unnecessary when you can already pass functions around. You're not alone in this thought. Many developers have asked the same question. Here's the specific question we're addressing. One user asked, why do we need the capture operator in Elixir when functions can already be passed around? They provided examples from Python and Elixir, showing that both can handle functions similarly. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what's the deal with the capture operator? In Elixir, the capture operator allows you to create a reference to a function without needing to define it as a variable first. This can simplify your code and make it more readable, especially when working with higher order functions. And stick around. I'll share a practical example at the end that shows just how powerful the capture operator can be in your Elixir projects. To understand the need for the capture operator in Elixir, let's first clarify what it does. The capture operator allows the user to create a reference to a function without needing to define it explicitly as a variable. For example, when the user defines a function like double, they can use the capture operator to pass it around easily. This is particularly useful in higher order functions, such as those found in the enum module. The user might wonder why they can't just use the function name directly. While it's true that Elixir allows passing function names, the capture operator provides a more flexible and readable way to reference functions, especially when working with anonymous functions. Additionally, the capture operator can be used to create concise function references for built-in functions. This can simplify code and make it more expressive, allowing the user to write cleaner and more maintainable code. In summary, while Elixir allows passing function names directly, the capture operator enhances flexibility, readability, and expressiveness in the code. This is why it is an important feature in Elixir. Fun fact, the ampersand symbol has been used in programming for decades, but in Elixir, it takes on a special role that enhances your coding experience. Isn't that cool? Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user explains that in Elixir, the capture operator is necessary because simply referencing a function will invoke it by default. Unlike in some other languages like JavaScript, where passing a function reference is straightforward, Elixir requires the ampersand to indicate that you're passing a reference instead of calling the function. That's it for that response. Let's explore another one. One user explains that the capture operator in Elixir may stem from Erlang's design. In Erlang, functions passed without a special form are treated as atoms, which can lead to exceptions. The capture operator helps ensure compatibility with the Beam virtual machine and makes it easier for the compiler to identify errors related to functionality. Additionally, in Elixir, functions can be applied without parentheses, which can create ambiguity. The capture operator clarifies whether you're calling a function or passing it as an argument, making the code easier to read and understand. And that's all for that response. Let's see what someone else had to say. This user explains that the capture operator in Elixir functions similarly to a reference operator in other languages, but with added capabilities. It provides a unique identifier for Elixir objects, allowing for a clear distinction between the content of an object and the object itself. This is particularly useful in functional programming, where functions can be passed around like variables. They illustrate that functions can be defined as named elements, anonymous functions, or functional variables. The capture operator allows for concise function references, making code cleaner. However, the user prefers to avoid it in complex scenarios to maintain clarity. Here's a pro tip. Embrace the capture operator in your Elixir code. It can make your functions cleaner and your code more efficient. Trust me, once you start using it, you'll wonder how you ever coded without it. And there you have it. The capture operator in Elixir is not just a fancy symbol. It's a powerful tool that can enhance your coding. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights and tips on Elixir and other programming languages.